ride out here. Ground's pretty frozen today. Couldn't resist going for another ride on the bike. Got tubes in, bike's still completely bone stock. See how the 300 does? Definitely feels good. Nice, lots of power out here. We got her on the green map right now, so that's exciting. It feels good, so. Suspension on this bike feels pretty good, honestly. I'm gelling with this stock better than I would on like my 22 gas. That ground is pretty hard. Woo! And it's a little frozen. Dang it! I just wasn't paying attention enough. And now, yeah, there's still snow all over up here, and it's slick and hard. I don't want to drop this puppy though, quite yet. Don't want to drop her quite yet. Can't leave on the note of not climbing a hill, so. A little rough. Woo! I'm gonna go with this technical little wash real quick. I'm gonna be a picky rider and turn this green map back to white. I feel like it's a little powerful for this kind of stuff. We're just getting used to the bike. Loose frozen rock in here. Kind of working my way up through. Hopefully we'll be able to make it. Bike feels pretty good. Love that power in there, but also feel a little bit like that power could get you in trouble for hard enduro just because there's so much of it. You get so much wheel spin if you're on it at all. So I feel like you'd be riding the gear high for sure. Show you this downhill right here. Bike lugging perfectly. Pretty much exactly as you'd want it to. Woo! I'm getting a lot of speed. Woo-hoo! But speed downhills, them TPIs kind of struggle with their idle. And power's right there, ready to go. Idle doesn't struggle at all coming down the hill. So that's basically why people are putting the idle screws in the past bike. So that's been resolved for sure on this TPI. Motor is just fantastic. I feel like it performs everywhere. Going racing, going slow, coming down steep hills, the idle's great. Just really, really good package in the motor. Still a 10 out of 10 power-wise. Definitely fun. Off-road race bike. It hauls ass and it's got lots of low-end grunt. It's honestly just the best two-stroke motor, I'm saying it right now, that's ever been produced. I've rode the carbs, I've rode the TPIs, rode a YZ250 a couple days ago alongside this one, and to be honest, the Husky 300 ran so much smoother and better. It's just a beast. This throttle body injected 2023 models freaking awesome. Seriously, this motor, so good. It is so powerful if you want it, but it is also linear and controllable if you want to ride it that way. So it gives you the option, kind of like a 4-stroke does. It feels almost like a 4-stroke in the fact that it's always right where you want it. It runs perfectly. It doesn't load up. It just feels good. I think this thing is a real game changer. No complaints. Haven't adjusted a thing. Thing is bone stock. It's a pretty steep one. Woo! Oh man, like it's nothing. It's so crazy because I didn't even get a good run up till the bottom, and the 300 power just sings right up it. No issues at all. And it's just so easy. It's so easy. We're doing no fun. It's just like whatever mistake you may make, the motor makes up for it. Sweet bike, really awesome. Loving pretty much everything about it. The chassis feels great, motor's amazing, fuel economy seems to be okay. I'm a little worried that it's not too great, but everything's good. Got 3 hours on this bad boy. My only real complaint is this brake tech brake. It's taking some getting used to. It doesn't bite until way late. And then Husky is shipping these KTMs and Huskies with a cheap motocross chain, so pretty upsetting. They have O-ring chains that are great for off-road bikes. TX300, that's an off-road bike. Brake tech, yeah, they put on their enduros and dual sports. It's an okay brake, but again, TX300, this is a race bike that should be coming with Brembos. And so they have products that work that we want, and they're not putting them on this bike. That's a little bit frustrating for me. When I spend 12K, in fact, more than the KTM that's coming with Brembos, it's just super frustrating. The Husky is $100 more. The Husky should have the best of the best on it. When I ordered this, I was super excited because it was going to come with Brembos. It's supposed to come with a O-ring chain as far as my knowledge, because it's an off-road bike. Missing a few of those things. Green map. We're going to come from a start. them hills on this bike. I'm gonna put her in second, and there we go. So it can bump start. That's good to know. And that's fun. Now the map switches, you do have to push them pretty hard to get it to switch, which is a good thing because you don't want to just bump it and it switch. So I think that's good. Feels nice. I'm going to test out right now the white versus the green on kind of just a flat straight road and see how much of a difference I really feel just kind of pulling on this thing. Aggressiveness, I think, than the green's gonna feel. So that it feels a little smoother, a little more natural. Kind of just felt good, but still plenty of power. No lack of power, honestly. And now I'm gonna switch her over to green and do the same thing. A little more of that 300 mid grunt. Honestly, down low the wheels were just spinning the whole time, whereas the white I was getting more traction. So interesting. Definitely a lot bigger difference in the map changes between the two than the old model, but this one here, the map switch, the computer, definitely makes a difference, which is fun. You have an option for, you know, a little less aggressiveness and then a little more. Test here through this green clumpy grass, especially when it's frozen. Woo! Definitely feeling it, but pretty good. The suspension feels pretty good. It's handling it pretty well. Honestly, the suspension I've been pretty impressed with. Get a little into these rocks and slower. More technical stuff on this little trail right here. I was in second that whole time. Good little turn here. Getting pretty steep. Woo. Just that, you know, the bike, this 300 just saves you when you start getting lazy, not clutching as good. That motor just lugs up through this stuff. This motor can be so good for racing, so good for hard enduro, going slow, going down some steep, rough terrain like this, and it's fun. I just got the clutch pulled in right now, no fuel, no gas, just lugging down this thing. You can hear it just lugging about perfectly. Thought I could hear something above me. That's cool. Still just lugging. I'm just sitting here ready to go. The lugging, the low idle is pretty perfect. good about the brake tech components. Husky shipped them out on some of these TXs. Well, sounds like the majority of them. When I ordered this bike, it said it was going to come with Brembo, so that was a little frustrating to me. Anyways, the clutch, the brake tech clutch, the brake tech rear brake, great, feel good, feel standard, feel like a Brembo setup. Really good, no complaints. The front brake, however, I do have a complaint. The lever is extended all the way out as it can on the adjustment, and I can almost just barely reach it, but it's getting about right. Anyways, I pull this lever in and this thing doesn't start braking until right there. So I'm almost touching my fingers, honestly, right there. So there's just that much modulation of the brake right there. That's where it starts braking. So pull, then it starts braking right here. That's a little frustrating coming off of like a Brembo. The Brembos are like bite right there, just initially, like most brakes do. So maybe I need to bleed it, maybe it's just mine, but that is definitely a complaint. Once it gets to my hand almost and starts braking, the brake actually bites and works pretty well. So it's not a deal breaker. It's just a little bit frustrating when they do have Brembos. They're supposed to come with Brembos. It's a race bike and it comes with kind of more the enduro dual sport brake. So don't hate it, but don't love it, and that's a little frustrating because this bike is so good. The XCs are coming with Brembos, and I honestly just feel like it's so perfect except for that brake. If you're kind of on the fence between KTM and Husky, maybe go with the one with Brembos, just because I know the performance is probably just a little bit better on the Brembo. I'm like 3.5, 4 hours on this bike now, and the stock handlebar is actually starting to feel pretty good to me. So pretty happy with it, no complaint. But I think a little different bend might suit me just a little bit better, but that's all personal preference. Everybody loves a different handlebar. A little snowy through here. Woohoo! Woo! Yeah, buddy. Kind of a little hard enduro trail that I ride every once in a while. Well, it's not really a trail, but my trail. Honestly, if you keep that rear wheel from spinning, the green map feels pretty good because it gives you that low punch. But hiding right up in there, it's kind of hard to get to with your fingers. But that red idle, I did have to turn that up just a little bit because this bike was set a little too low originally. And then the yellow one is your choke or cold start. But yeah, since I changed that idle up just a little bit, haven't had any issues with idling or problems, and it's so nice that it's built in and we can just adjust it instead of having to worry about your you know, TPI where you have to put one in and all that. So really nice, definitely the right direction. Oh yeah, motor's just good, bike's racy, it wants to go. So fun to ride. Woohoo!